Hi, my name is Chris Shelton. Thank you for joining me for day number 5 of 30 Days of Qigong to Better Health. Today we're working with the Microcosmic Orbit meditation. It's a very simple meditation. You may have heard it, if you've practiced Qigong before, you may have heard of it called the small heaven breathing or Jupiter's orbit meditation. Whatever they call it, it's all the same practice, because simply what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with two major acupuncture vessels of the body. One is called the governing vessel that comes up and ends right here. The other one's called the conception channel that ends actually underneath the tongue. So the simple practice of placing the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, the purpose for that is to always connect those two channels. So whenever you're practicing Qigong and your instructor, or if you're watching our videos here, and I say, okay, tip the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, the reason for that is to consciously connect those two major acupuncture vessels. Sometimes also referred to as the Renmai Dumai channels, and very simple practice. And from a Western medicine's point of view, what we're doing here is we're actually stimulating the central nervous system as we breathe up the spine, up over the top of the head, and then exhaling down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, and then we're going to be using like a pump and then pumping up the spine, up over the top of the head and down the front of the face. From a Chinese medicine point of view, what happens is that we have 12 major acupuncture vessels of the body, or acupuncture meridians, and those 12 meridians are considered like rivers. And those rivers feed into the internal organs, which are referred to as lakes, and those lakes then fill up into the 3 C's of energy, which then would refer back to the 3 dantians, lower, middle, and upper dantian. So just like in nature, if there's too much water flowing through a river, then that river will fill up a lake, and that lake will overflow its boundaries and then invade other areas and maybe other lakes around it. Same thing in Chinese medicine. If there's too much energy flowing through an acupuncture vessel of the body, then that organ could actually, that energy will then expand from that organ and invade another organ. I'll give you an example. Too much stagnation of liver blood from repressed anger may cause that blood to invade the stomach, and then the stomach will actually have to remove the blood, and the person will vomit blood. On the other end, if there's not enough water flowing through a river, then what will happen is that a lake becomes diseased and dries out. Same thing happens in the body. If the acupuncture vessel or meridian is deficient, then that organ becomes deficient, and then as a result, disease takes place. So the theory is that these two main acupuncture vessels of the body, once they open up with this reservoir of life, or fully open up, they're already open, but once they fully open up, and they say it takes about 100 days, 90 to 100 days, then what happens is that excess energy then starts to spill into the other 12 regular meridians, which then help to balance out and benefit the internal organs. So this is a practice you could do anywhere. You do it from a seated or standing posture. Sometimes, my long drives to San Francisco, when I'm training with my Sifu, on the road, obviously I'm not closing my eyes, but as a simple practice, I will go ahead and run the energy through these two major vessels of the body. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to go through our chi clearing exercises. I'm going to talk you through the center and balance meditation. We're going to do a little bit of the massaging the yang organs and then brushing the meridians, and then from there what will happen is that I'll guide you through this microcosmic orbit meditation. Now, one thing that we can do too to help us guide the energy with our mind intent is we could actually use our hands to pull it up the spine, and then as the hands come down, flowing down through the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, as I inhale, flowing up the spine, exhale, flowing down. So from a side view, it looks something like this. Inhale, coming up the spine, up the governing vessel, and up over the top of the head, exhaling down through the front of the face, through the conception vessel, and down through the perineum, which is the acupuncture point located between the sex glands, anal sphincter muscle. Then as I flow down here, I'm guiding that energy through the inside of the body, up the yang, through the yin. Very simple practice. And you could use your legs also as a pump to pump the energy up if you want. Go ahead and inhale up and exhale down. So again, the key with this practice here is at first we'll inhale, guiding the energy up, and then as we exhale, the energy flows down. But over time, once you start to feel the energy start to open up in these vessels, these two major acupuncture vessels, Then what will happen is you'll notice that the energy flow will far exceed the rate of breath, because the breath should always be long, steady, even, and deep. When we first start instructing students in the practice of Qigong, we will say things like, okay, inhaling up the back, exhaling down the front. But quite honestly, the energy doesn't have to move up in order to, when you inhale, or it doesn't have to flow down as you exhale. It's just a simple way to guide the Qi. Once again, also, tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, and the breath is always through the nose unless otherwise instructed. Okay, so from here, another great thing about this practice too is that when we place the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth here and purposefully connect those two major channels, actually the end of the governing vessel is right here. Underneath the tongue is the end of the conception vessel. And so by placing there, it fully connects those two channels. But if you're ever feeling dizzy or nauseous, you could actually massage this point here to help to bring yourself back to balance again. And this is on that governing vessel. So it's a very, very powerful acupuncture point. And so the placement of the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and also that the roof of the mouth, that acupuncture point there at the end of the governing vessel, the combination of the two makes a very strong energetic connection. So even if you're working on the computer, doing dishes, you're not talking to anybody, try to make it a habit of just placing the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. It may seem a little bit awkward at first, but over time it'll become second nature to you. Okay, so let's begin. So from here, if you're standing, let's start off with a Wuji posture. Feet are about shoulders width apart, knees are slightly bent, toes are pointing straight ahead. I'm tucking the sacrum, pressing back the Ming Men, which is the acupuncture point right opposite the navel. From there, I'm going to gently press back the Shen Dao point, which is the acupuncture point on the spine in between the shoulder blades. So slightly rolling the shoulders, but not too far, but just enough to press back that point on the spine. Then from there, hollowing out the armpits, arms resting gently upon the top of the thighs as though you have balloons resting there. And then from there, the breath is long, steady, even, and deep into the lower dantian, or lower abdomen center, 1 inch below the navel. Tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Lightly squeeze the anal sphincter muscle, relax the body, and from here, let's begin. Inhaling. Exhale. Calming the mind. Inhale. Feel the white light flow down through the body, through the feet, and down deep into the ground. Inhale. Feel the connection, combining the energy of heaven, earth, and mankind. And then from there, bring the arms up about shoulder height. Inhale. And then as though you're tossing a stone, you're going to gaze at the tips of the fingers. Inhale, center. Exhale as you toss. And have the hands slightly cupped. Keep the energy all collected together. And as you do this, you can imagine a dark cloud of energy flowing off the tips of the fingers, going several feet away from the body and down deep into the ground. So any excess of thoughts, feelings, emotions, you can imagine all that stuff just flowing off the tips of the fingers, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. Any tension in the shoulders, neck, upper back. And as they say, the imagination leads the mind, and the mind leads the smooth flow of the energy. And then from there, once you feel relaxed, then we're going to slow down, coming back to the center, and from here, pulling down the heavens. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, Allow for the white light to penetrate through the outside tissues of the body. And then inhale, inside, outside. And then from there, bring the feet closer together. So we're going to relax the knees and we're going to begin to lightly mount. So from here, we're going to focus first on the ankles. And if you want, you go ahead and close your eyes to help you have a better connection with your body, but releasing all the tension that tends to collect at the major joints of the body. So starting with the ankles, releasing any tension from the ankles. Knees, relaxing any tension, pain, discomfort from the knees as a dark cloud of energy flowing out through the feet and down deep into the ground. And then from there, hips, groin, low back, any pain, tension, tightness there, guiding out through the legs, out through the feet, and deep into the ground. And then from there, the center of the back and chest, especially on the spine in between the two shoulder blades where we tend to hold tension on the spine. So releasing all that out and using your mind intent as a dark cloud of energy guiding out through the legs, out through the feet, and deep into the earth. Then from there, the fingers, wrists, hands, just shaking out any tension, pain, discomfort from this region as well. This time guiding out through the fingertips and deep into the ground. Next, the elbows, shoulders, head and neck. Just releasing out all that tension, pain, discomfort, guiding out through the body, out through the arms, out through the fingers, and deep into the earth. And then from there, we're going to stop bouncing. Then we're going to inhale as if we're pulling golden light up through the earth beyond the top of the head. Then as we exhale, we're going to drop. As we inhale, rolling up on the balls of the feet, pulling the energy through the body beyond the top of the head. And release. And again, inhale. And just releasing out all that negative toxicity out of the body. And then from there, focusing again on the ankles. And then from there, the knees. There. The hips. Groin, low back. Any tension, discomfort. Allow for that to release as a dark cloud of energy going out through the feet and deep into the ground. And then from there, the center of the back and chest. Next, the fingers, wrists. From there, the elbows, shoulders, head and neck. Releasing out all that tension, pain, discomfort from these regions, guiding out through the arms, out through the fingertips, and deep into the ground. And then from there, once again, inhaling, rolling up on the balls of the feet, pulling the energy beyond the top of the head, and exhaling back down, and inhaling up, and exhale, and inhale up, and releasing out. And then from there, back into your Wuji posture, pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Exhaling. Okay. Feeling calm, centered, and relaxed. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit here. Actually, what we're going to do first, we're going to continue on with some of the moving meditations. So from here, rubbing the meridians, or also referred to as brushing the meridians. Now, exhale in and release. Inhale Brushing the yang channels on the outside of the body. Exhale. Releasing that energy into the ground. Inhale. Crossing over the liver channel, then brushing the internal channels of the heart, lungs, and pericardium. Outside of the body, large, small intestine, triple burner channels. Down the side of the body, stomach, gallbladder, urinary bladder. In. Now brushing the in channels of the heart, lungs, pericardium. Once again, lungs, or large, small intestines, triple burner, stomach, gallbladder, urinary bladder. Inhale up, brushing through the liver, kidneys, and spleen, and then the heart, lungs, pericardium. One last one, inhale. And then in. And relax. Okay, and then pull the energy back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And then from here, we're going to continue on and now going into brushing or massaging the yang organs. So after we just got done pulling down the heavens three times, we're now going to inhale, pull the arms up, exhale, and just drop. Once again through the nose. Now if you close your eyes, you can imagine golden light that begins to flow up through the bottom of the feet, also at the bubbling well points, up through the legs, into the abdomen as we inhale. Then as we exhale, flowing back down, out the legs, out the feet, and deep into the ground. So the yang organs are the counterpart organs to the 5 major yin organs of the body. And these yang organs consist of the stomach, gallbladder, urinary bladder, large and small intestine, and then also they throw in there what is referred to as hanzhou, or the triple burner, warmer or triple burner. So these organs mainly responsible for digestion. So if you have stomach upset, bloatedness, discomfort, gas, we're just going to allow for the arms to gently swing down, turning sideways. See here, I'm pushing in, pushing out. Inhale, exhale. Using your mind intent, guiding the energy. And from here, slow down, coming to an end, and pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, gathering the energy, exhale, allowing for the white light to flow down through the body. Inhale, and exhaling. So from here, still continuing to stand in our Wuji posture, or right now if you're starting to feel that your legs are getting a little bit tired, it's okay to sit down. In fact, it's good to sit down at any point in time that you start to feel that your legs are shaking too much, you're getting tired, because we want you not to focus on the shakiness. Let's focus more on the meditation. From here, gently closing the eyes, tucking the chin. By tucking the chin, you press up at the crown point at the top of the head. Lightly squeeze the anal sphincter muscle, relax the body, allowing for the imagination to lead the mind, and the mind to lead the smooth flow of the qi. Flowing into the center and balance meditation, a great mindfulness meditation, becoming mindful of our body. Focusing first on the front, what's going on in front of you. So from the top of the head, imagine warm oil that begins to melt down through the forehead, through the temples, through the brow bone, eyebrows, and eyes, flowing through the side of the face, into the cheeks, the nose, the ears, from the base of the nose into the lips, chin, and jaw structure. And then from there into the front of the throat, the neck, branching off into the shoulders. Feel the upper chest, the biceps and elbow creases, the forearms, the wrists, the palms of the hands leading all the way out to the fingertips. And from here, enveloping the entire chest, the midsection, the abdomen, the flanks of the body, all the way down into the groin, the thighs, the knees, the shins, ankles, top of the feet and toes, all connecting, allowing for this warm oil to flow down deep into the ground. And from there, feel the entire front of your body from head to toe. Feel as much to the left as you do to the right, and expand out to what's in front of you, what's to the left and what's to the right sides of you. And then from there, we begin to flow down through the back of the body. So starting at the crown point, begin to allow this warm oil to flow down through the scalp, touching every hair follicle, the back of the ears, the base of the skull, to the neck, the shoulders, the triceps, the elbows, the forearms. You now feel the wrists, the back of the hands leading all the way out to the fingertips. And from there, still feeling the entire back, from the upper shoulders, relaxing the tissues, all the way down to the mid back, the low back, welling up at the waist, flowing through the buttocks and the hamstrings, through the back of the knees, the calves, the ankles, heels, feet and toes, all connecting, all flowing off deep into the ground. And from there, feel the entire back of your body from head to toe. Feel as much in the back as you do in the front, and to the left and to the right. And expand now to what's behind you. What do you feel behind you? And from there, melting down through the crown point at the top of the head, connecting with your higher power, imagine a white light of energy that penetrates through the brain and surrounding tissues. The skull, beneath the brain, behind the eyes. Feel the nerves, visualize the nerves that connect to the center of the brain. The cheekbones, the cheeks, the sinus cavity, the inner ear, the teeth, the tongue, the jaw structure. Flowing down inch by inch, cell by cell, tissue by tissue. Now touching each vertebra of the spine, from the base of the skull, down through the center of the neck and throat. Visualizing and feeling the muscles, the arteries of the neck and throat. And then branching off into the bones, the fascia of the shoulders, upper chest, upper back. Flowing down through the center of the biceps, triceps. Feel the bones. Feel the arteries that flow down through the inner aspect of the arms, extending and nourishing the extremities of the fingers. Next into the elbows. From the elbows and into the forearms, visualize and feel your forearms, the muscles surrounding them, to the bones, ligaments of the wrists, hands, and fingers. From there, this white light penetrates down into each rib. Touching each rib, feel the spaces between the ribs. And using your mind intent, guide the energy around to feel the ribs as they wrap around to the spine on the back. Feel each of the vertebrae on the spine. Feel the heart, the pericardium, the lungs. Visualizing everything this white light touches into the liver and gallbladder, touching it all, feeling the entire visceral cavity, stomach, spleen, pancreas, flowing down into your intestines, the urinary bladder, the kidneys, flowing down into the sacrum, the pelvic bone, the hips. Feel the main bones of the legs, the femurs and the femoral arteries that flow down the inner aspect of the legs, extending and nourishing through the extremities of the feet and toes. Feel the muscles surrounding them. Feel the fascia connecting the muscles to the bones, the center of the knees, center of the shins and calves, ankles, all the small bones, tendons, ligaments of the ankles, feet, and toes. Once again, all connecting, allowing for this white light to flow down deep into the ground. And from there, your feet melt into the floor. And next, you imagine roots growing out from the bottom of your feet all the way down to the center core of the earth. As you inhale, you pull this golden light up the roots, up the legs, into the abdomen as you inhale. Then as you exhale, guiding any dark, heavy energy back out the legs, out the roots, and down deep into the ground. Inhale and exhale. Expanding the abdomen in all directions, front, back, left to right. Inhale. Exhale. Now you don't have to use your hands to guide the energy, but if it does help you create a more of a greater visualization, then using the hands to guide the golden light up, and then any dark, heavy energy flowing back down, out the legs, out the roots, and down deep into the ground. Inhaling up, exhaling. Inhale up, and exhaling, pushing back down. Just guiding the energy over and over, allowing that imagination of yours to stay connected with the practice. So using the imagination to guide the flow of the energy. And in this case here, using colorization and your mind intent to do that. So inhaling up, exhale, guiding out any dark, heavy energy down deep into the ground. And on your own, over and over, inhaling and exhale. And exhale. Inhaling, expanding the abdomen, the back. And exhale. Collapsing the abdomen. One last time, inhale. And exhale. And then this time, as we inhale, we're going to pull the energy this time straight up the legs, straight up the spine as we inhale. As we exhale, down the front of the face, through the midline, through the chest, through the abdomen, flowing through the groin, through the perineum, then straight up the spine, through the central nervous system, and then up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, allowing for that energy to flow, keeping the tip of the tongue gently curled to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, as if saying the letter N, lightly squeezing the anal sphincter muscle, closing off the lower gate of the body. And just allow for this energy to guide up, and then guiding it down through the perineum as you exhale, and like a pump flowing up. And exhale. And then from there, if you need to use your mind intent or need help with the mind intent by using the hands, guiding the hands up the back, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen. Inhaling up. Exhaling down through the front, through the midsection. It's again called the microcosmic orbit. It takes about 100 days to open up these two channels if you practice daily. 10-15 minutes would be ideal. In, out. So guiding the breath through the nose. Using the mind intent, allow the energy to race straight up the spine, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, through the midline, and then like a pump, pumping the energy from the sacrum up the spine, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face. So completing the cycle, completing the orbit, up and down. Staying present with the practice, just using the white light imagery to move the chi up the spine, over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen. 3 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhaling up, exhale down. And then from there, making sure to pull out any excess energy out of the head. We don't want the chi to get stuck in the head. So pulling down the heavens 3 times, helping to close off, seal off the practice for today, day number 5. Inhaling, connecting with your higher power. And allow for that source energy to come in to cleanse and purify your being. You should feel grounded, connected, rejuvenated, ready to start your day, having a great day. And then from there, placing the hands over the lower dantian, 1 inch below the navel as you inhale. Imagine a white mystical pearl forming underneath the hands, gathering the chi from the room, from your body. As you exhale, feel this white pearl relax and restore the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Each time you inhale, you feel the abdomen expand and the white pearl gets thicker and brighter. Then as you exhale, you feel this dantian release its energy and fill up and restore the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Inhaling, exhale. You may feel the warmth from the kidneys or into the kidneys. From this mystical white pearl, inhaling again. And exhale. And last one. And release. Okay, wow, all right, so shaking out the legs a little bit. As you see, we're building on the practice. Each day we're building one practice on top of the next, on top of the next. And when you develop your own practice after you finish these 30 days of Qigong to better health, you don't have to do necessarily all these practices in a row. All these practices have a medicinal meaning according to Chinese medicine in the body. So you can pick and choose. Like you can do the microcosmic orbit, you can do the center balance meditation doing the white pearl meditation, especially at night if you're having a rough time sleeping, but also for most of us or all of us that need to replenish our kidney chi, our jing of life, our essence. And what you'll see is as we go along here, we're going to start to go into our cleansing exercises for the internal organs, which are really powerful. And from there, we're going to go into deeper practices like sound meditations, etc. Once again, my name is Chris Shelton. I'm so excited that you're joining me for day number 5, 30 days of Qigong to better health. I have a saying while practicing Qigong that Qigong is a simple practice with profound results. Until next time, Sei La Qi.